Hi there, this is your friend Anna, and the question that I've been getting the most from all of my friends is, what are we wearing? This age-old question isn't just about choosing an outfit, it's about choosing how we present ourselves to the world. I created the I Want Her Shoes podcast to dive deep into what it means to dress with intention, whether you're heading to a council meeting or just having a casual day out with your family. Join the conversation as we explore the power of personal style and the decisions that shape our public personas. Put on your favorite pair of shoes and step into my closet. Welcome back to the I Want Her Shoes podcast, where we explore the powerful intersection of style, success, and substance. I'm your host, Anna, and today we're stepping into the world of public affairs and precision marketing with a woman who has reshaped how complex industries tell their stories and who is doing it with hard hustle and a whole lot of data. Joining us is Katherine Doble, CEO and founder of INGAGE, a marketing and PR firm built to serve some of the most regulated and nuanced sectors out there, which is true from law to finance to government and nonprofits and higher education, which are all very tricky to navigate. Her firm acts as outside marketing counsel for organizations that need more than just execution. They need strategy, storytelling, and really measurable impact. But beyond metrics, Katherine is also a mama leader, and I heard that you're a Peloton master as well. And
I'm kind of sidelined at the moment, but yes.
And a fierce believer in marketing with meaning and measurement, and I agree with you on that 100%. Katherine, welcome to the show. It's so amazing to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun. This closet is amazing.
Thank you. Before we dive into everything, I would love to learn a little bit more about you. Where did you grow up and your journey into marketing? But let's start with, where did you grow up and how did you end up in this beautiful town?
Great. So I was actually born here. I'm second generation. You don't find many.
Wow, that's really, yes. I don't think I've ever actually met actually, you know what, Meg?
Yes. Yeah.
She is actually as well. So you would be the second person.
You're correct. Yeah, so my dad was actually born in Miami Beach. Born and raised here, went to school here, and then I was born here, so I've been here all my life. I travel a lot, so I can't say that I definitely have outside Miami experiences, but Miami is such a spectacular and dynamic place, and to watch it grow and transform over the years has been so much fun. It's just so different from where it used to be, and light years ahead of when I was a child running around. So
yeah, no, that's awesome. As I said, you're the second person that I've met, that second generation. And let's now talk about your journey into marketing and what has sparked you to start INGAGE in the first place.
So I started the firm after right before I had my third child. I was desperate to not sit at home with a newborn and talk to myself all day. I wanted a challenge. I maybe was a little bit delusional in thinking that it was going to be easier, time saving. I was going to be able to be home and start a business. It didn't quite work out that way, but that's how it started. I had been working in nonprofits actually in this area too, and I realized there was just this need to create comprehensive marketing. Facebook was just starting out. It was free. Nobody was leveraging it to grow their business. So that was how it all started.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a journey.
Yeah, no, I think it always is. No, thank you for sharing that. And you're known for showing up with energy and strong sense of style, like in this beautiful cape that you came in today. How has fashion or personal expression played a role in your professional and also personal life?
That's a great question. So I work with, as you can imagine, in the industries that I'm in, a lot of men. And you walk into a room and there are black or navy suits, and that's all you're getting. And you are oftentimes, I'm the only woman in the room. And so showing up in the same color palette as them maybe it would be the easier choice because I would blend in, but I find that when I show up as myself and show up with color and passion and interest and speak my mind, everybody in the room pays more attention and they value what you have to say. And so I just started to really lean into, I want to be remembered. If I'm walking into a room, then I want people to remember me. There's no point in dressing like everybody else or hiding my fashion sense. So that's really how it started.
That's a great answer. No, that's amazing. I love that. And I agree with you 1,000%. What was one of the hardest moments in building your business that taught you the most over the years? Because you've had your business for quite some time. I'm sure that there have been several moments.
Yeah.
You could share a couple.
So I mentioned before that when I started it, with my youngest was born, I thought I was going to have all this time to be with the kids. I'm going to just have hours on end. I'm going to start this business and I'll be able to have more work-life balance. Not the case at all. So a couple years into it, I was at this crossroads of I love doing the work. I love strategic marketing and advising and going after media hits and solving problems for clients and getting them a ton of views and going viral. And I was at a crossroads of I'm not really spending that much time with my kids. Don't know whether I want to continue to be CEO or if I want to build the business, right? And so, or do I want to do the work? Because I love the work. And so I took a detour and went into an agency for a couple of years while still keeping the business active. And I thought, okay, maybe this is a solution to a little bit of work-life balance. It wasn't.
It was more work.
It was more work. It was more work. But the detour made me realize that I had done this for other people. I had gone into their business and I had built an entire department in their company, brought in clients, hired, gone through all the things that I was worried that I wouldn't be able to do myself or didn't think I had the confidence or education or knowledge to do myself. And so I realized one day, gosh, I'm not fulfilled. And I went back in full earnest to running the business and being the true CEO and just lifelong education and understanding each facet of how to run a business and how to change with that growth and everything else was quite a challenge. But
that's a great story and journey.
Yeah, it's always awesome. There's never a linear road, right, to where we get to.
Exactly. I don't think there's supposed to be. Right?
There's not. Yeah. It wouldn't be life wouldn't be interesting if we didn't have stories, right?
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah. And let's go back, talk a little bit about fashion. And do you see a link between how you dress and how you lead? I think we talked a little bit about that when you mentioned coming in with color into like a gray room of like gray and blue suits.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I think that when you authentically show up, whether it translates through your fashion or the way that you speak to your employees or your clients, when you authentically show up, there is a lot of value in that. Relationship is really a currency, and we bring that to marketing quite often at INGAGE. And when you're coming to the table with those relationships and having authentic experiences and conversations and being yourself and allowing clients to also be themselves, that's when the magic happens, right? That's when we can really create impactful opportunities and really explore where can we go with a marketing campaign or whatever it may be. But yeah,
that's a great answer, I think. I think we agree because, I'm also in marketing, so.
Yeah.
And as a founder and CEO, how do you personally measure success, especially in high-stake industries that you're in? Because I feel like they move a little bit slower than like startups and tech things, They
do. I think that reality is, though, that it's very hard because most of the time you're forward looking. You're not looking in the rear view and going, oh wow, I accomplished all of these things. And at least myself, and I know other women around me, they're very goal oriented. Okay, I got here, what's next? And I got here and what's next? And we're constantly moving the ball forward and throwing it and never thinking, well, wait, we said we were going to accomplish this and we did that. So for me, at least, I have people around me, coaches and others that help me realize, well, you said you were going to do this and you did. You need to celebrate in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's going to get a massage or taking time for yourself or whatever you're doing, do something to celebrate that.
Yeah. No, that's a great answer and great advice. I feel like we don't do that enough because especially people that are so goal oriented. You're just like, one's goal.
Yes. And moms are just trained to putting out fires. You're just,
okay, I did this one now.
Right. Who's crying next? Where do I have to go? Yeah.
So no, that's great. And how do you see the future of marketing evolving in these industries like law, finance, and government? And how are you preparing it, especially because of AI? I feel like a lot of these industries are going to be disrupted because it's just the fact, right?
Yeah. So absolutely, I think there's a lot of disruption, but there's also this opportunity where, like we said, relationships are a currency, and if you're just implementing AI solely into your marketing, you're missing out on currency opportunities. And so there is definitely going to be a change and an impact in the way that a lot of marketing is done, but there will also be a higher value, I feel, placed on really thoughtful relationship-based marketing. And we do public relations and public affairs and community building. You can't send a robot to do your community building. These are one-on-one conversations. Sometimes we're dealing with angry people. Sometimes we're dealing with happy people. We're reaching out to media to convince them to do a story. We hear from journalists all the time. They can immediately tell when something is AI written. Yes, just kick it out.
You can even run through.
Yeah. So it'll create a lot of efficiencies is a short answer. But there will still be a high value placed on people.
Yeah, no, 1000%. I think AI makes it easy to figure out who the people are, right? But you still have to take time and craft those messages.
Yeah. We tell way better stories than AI. It may get there at some point, but we have, like we said, you have the war stories to tell. AI doesn't, right? So
they don't. It's just because it's just not trained to have it yet, right? It's So it's an opportunity, it sounds like.
There's definitely opportunity. And there's opportunity to create, like I said, more efficiency, cut inefficiencies, cut down on time. But there's a lot of opportunity there.
Yes. Yeah. And what is one item in your closet that always makes you feel powerful before a big client pitch?
That's a good question. I love a good blazer, as you can tell.
Yes.
I love a good jacket. I love a good blazer. I just feel like if you're wearing a great, again, I'm in a sea of suits. So when you have a great blazer on and complements an outfit, I think that is the power move for me. And sometimes I'll wear them with Air Jordans. It won't matter, right?
Yeah, it's like the trend right now is like the power suits, like, men's kind of dressing, like, all those are so in. So I feel the whole thing with the sneakers or flats is it makes it so much easier for us.
Yes, it does. Especially I'm a little injured at the moment from running and all the things, so I'm all into this flats at this very moment. So
love it. And I know that there is a Peloton hashtag Smile More.
Yes.
How has this mindset spilled into the way you lead, parents show up in your work? Because I looked you up and I saw that.
So Smile More, I'll tell you the story for that. My Peloton screen name is actually kind of I don't know if I could say it, an FU. You can edit.
Yes.
So I used to be told sometimes I still am, and when I would be meeting people or the most recent one was I was at a party full of attorneys, and this younger attorney says, "Oh, you're in marketing, you should smile more." Always men. Right. So that was why I adopted the screen name. Is this kind of just really big, like, don't tell me to smile more. I don't need to smile more. You never say that to a guy, right?
Yeah, I've been actually told to smile less. Which is also insane.
Okay, so it's too much or too little. What's the right amount? You know what?
Just
but,
keep your own business, please.
But working out, totally. But working out is kind of an outlet for me to get the stress out. So it was a play on the two.
Is your injury have to do with working out?
It does. It does. Oh, gosh. It does. It's running up and down hills that I pulled something. But yeah.
Well, I hope that it heals fast so you can get back to your workouts, because I'm sure it's hard to
Pilates and yoga mode at the moment. But
yes, that's a good mode.
It is.
And I know that you brought a pair of shoes, so why don't we grab them and you could tell me all about the story behind these.
Okay,
super excited to see.
I don't have the original packaging,
but that's okay.
So they are an inherited gift.
Oh wow, these are like vintage look.
Yes, so and you see they're worn. So in one of my previous employers, my boss in the beginning when I started, she was a character. She had 5 husbands, married for love, lust, spirit, everything. She had, she was a queen. And she was a little older, but she was a powerhouse. And so one year after working together, she comes into my office and she says, I can't wear these anymore. They're heels. I can't wear heels anymore. They're yours. And she puts them on my desk and she walks away.
Oh my gosh. So for those of you who are not watching on YouTube, we have like a beautiful pair of Chanel pumps. They're closed-toed and they're like the classic ones.
They're the classic.
All black and they have the little Chanel logos in the back of the heel. Yeah. Very beautiful.
They do.
That's such a cool story. And have you worn them since?
I have worn them a ton. You can see they're a little worn in the heel. They need a new little heel replacement back there. But they are the classic Chanel. I mean, they are OGs. I don't even know where she got them in one of her many trips across the world seeking out different men. She was just a character. There was pilots and pastors and all the fun.
Oh my Lord.
Oh gosh,
that's a great life.
She was, yes, but she married for herself. Yeah, she took ownership of that life, and so she when she handed these to me, and it was such a kind of impactful thing where she said, you're kind of taking my shoes and go walk in my shoes next. And she actually left not soon after that, and I assumed her role, so I feel it was almost symbolic as well.
That's cool. And it says made in Italy. That means it's very because they took the production to France. So that's an amazing story. Thank you so much for sharing, Katherine. And we're going to end. I'm going to do this quick little this or that. Fire round.
Okay.
So heels or sneakers?
At the moment, sneakers. Usually it would be heels. I love a good heel. Both.
SEO or social ads?
Ooh, good question. So it's always, my always answer is, it depends. What's your goal, right? So it depends. SEO is so foundational though. You're building, and the more that you build, the more that's kind of the foundation of any marketing house. Social ads are quick. They're the one-hit wonders, and they do return on that investment. So again, it depends on the goal, depends on the budget. Depends.
Good answer. Public affairs or public relations?
Oh gosh. Okay. Also depends. Crisis will always lend itself to public affairs and public relations. You're kind of melding the two. And then public relations is just so fun. And it is that marathon where you're constantly going after, again, the climb. What's the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one? We say we're only as good as your last hit. You're only as good as your last media hit for clients. So it's a fun one. Yeah.
Morning person or night owl?
I used to be a night owl. I really did used to be a night owl, and I've become a morning person. I have way more clarity in the morning. My day hasn't taken off and gone 1,000 different directions, so I've become a morning person.
Cool. No, I think I've always been one. Because especially now my kids wake up like at 5, so it's like you don't have a choice. The next one I know the answer to, a classic black blazer or statement color pop. It's definitely pop. Look at this color. Love it. Data-driven or gut instinct?
Ooh, okay. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a hard one too. Because
You know what though? I feel data is so important, but you know it in your gut. Like you always know it in your gut that, gosh, this campaign is maybe a little weak. We should tweak it here or go there, or you always know it in your gut. And I've had to train myself too over the years to pay attention to that, because I think sometimes as women we're told,
no, like, don't. Yeah, that's a big thing. There's like books about this. Like, to actually pay attention to that feeling, right?
Yeah.
Great answer. PowerPoint or whiteboard?
Okay. I don't like either one. So it's so funny. So I was up against all these agencies out of New York, Chicago, LA for this big higher ed client. And I think I was chosen to go into, I was set up. I know I was set up. I was the third option, and I wasn't told to bring any presentation. I wasn't told to prepare. I was told it was a conversation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I show up, and these big agencies with 20 people are walking out of the room, and it's just me. Because I'm thinking I'm having a conversation with one potential decision maker in this institution, and then we'll get to another phase. I walk into the room, and they say to me, "Where's your PowerPoint?" Oh no, I'm done for. So I said, no, that's not our style. I'd rather have a conversation.
Good save.
I'd rather have a conversation about what do you want to achieve, and then does it make sense for us to be your media partner here? And so it evolved into an almost 2-hour discussion back and forth, figuring out what they had done, what we had done, what our experience was, how we might be able to meld, and I won that account. So I would say neither. Again, it's that human
special touch,
human connection.
Yes. Working solo or collaborating with a team?
Oh my gosh, I love my team. I
Teams are important.
love my team. My team is amazing. They're spectacular. I am a solo workhorse, so if you leave me to it, I will close doors and I will just crank and crank and crank. But my team knows to pull me out. They know, hey, no, you can't go do that. You've gotta hand things over. So I've put in buffers to keep me from being a solo. But I love my team. Oh, they're spectacular.
Coffee shop meetings or Zoom calls?
Oh, I'm so busy that Zoom is always the easier option. But if it's something, I would much prefer to do a coffee meeting or lunch because it's, again, that
the relationship, the connection.
You're picking up on the body language, you're getting all that. But my day is stacked with Zoom calls, so
yes, that's kind of how it is these days, right?
Yeah.
Well, Katherine, thank you so much for sharing your journey with such honesty, clarity, and confidence. Your ability to simplify complexity, lead with strategy, and still show up with flair is a true reminder that success doesn't have to come at the expense of personal style or presence. From building a powerhouse firm to championing purpose-driven marketing in industries that need it most, your story is one of bold vision and intentional leadership. To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in today. And remember, style isn't just about what you wear. It's how you communicate, how you lead, and how you own your impact in any room that you're in. Don't forget to subscribe to our Want Her Shoes podcast on your favorite platform and stay inspired by more conversations at the intersection of substance and style. Bye.